Hello, welcome to the DADUPA Profitability Calculation Model Canva. With this tool, you will be able to know if your activity is profitable and how to assess the profitability of each of your products. To help you how to use this model, we will use one example of Zineb. You are Zineb and you are selling two brands of handbags, one red and one other green. You have a workshop in Rabat and you are planning to sell 350 products per month. How can you estimate if your activity is profitable? And beside each of your bag, which one is more profitable than the other? This is how you will do. Imagine that you are paying monthly charges of 20,000 dirhams per month, and that when you specify your charges, you find that you pay 8,000 of rent and 12,000 of the salary, the wage to the dressmakers. You can have some other charges, like for example the electricity, whatever, but this is only an example. Okay, this is how we'll do. The 8,000 of the rent, we will have to identify which percentage of the 8,000 is going to the product, the red handbag, and which percentage is going to the green handbag. Imagine that 60% of the rent of the handbags of the red handbag are occupying 60% of your space. That will make that you will take the 8,000, you will take 60% of that and put on the red handbag. So the red handbag will take 4,800 of the rent, and the green handbag will take 3,200 of the rent. You will make the same for the wage to the dressmakers. The dressmakers are taking 12,000 per month, so you will try to identify what is the value of the wage per product. Imagine that in the 350 bags that are products, 200 red bags are product and 150 green bags are product. So we will divide 12,000 per 350 and to multiply by the 200 red bags to identify the salary of the red bag and to estimate also the part of the green bag. So 6,800 will remain to the red handbag and 5,000 will remain on the green handbag. You will do the same for all the charges you are facing, and when you estimate the amount, the total of the 20,000 dirhams per month, you will be able to know that 11,600 is about the red handbag and 800, only 800 is about the green handbag. So that would make you know that when you divide the 11,000 of the weight of the charges of the red handbag to be by the 20 red bag products, it will make that 58 dirhams is the cost of each red bag, and 55 dirhams is the cost of the green bag. So that's it. With this tool, you will be able to know the impact of each product in your expenses, to evaluate the cost price of each product you are selling, to adjust your selling price, and to make sure you always generate a margin, and you will be able to optimize your cost and improve your profit. So now let's go to the sheet, to the second sheet. Sorry. Okay, here we are. Now you have the sheet that is helping you to estimate if your activity is profitable. You have all the formulas always configured. So the only thing you have to do is to fill the white cases. You don't have to fill the gray cases. There are formulas in that, so don't touch it, please. So we start. Here you have your expenses. You have the cost of each expenses. You have here the key of allocation. I explain you the value of the allocation. Here the quantities of the allocation value of each of your charges. So here you have so many products that you are able to enter, but I have only made a test for 2 products. So if you have more than 2 products, don't hesitate to fill your product. For example, bag, for example, yellow, you can enter the yellow bag. That's only an example. And put the values there. So your rent, for example, there, you estimate the amount you want to allocate it. You must choose the percentage of occupation, for example, and you will enter a value of 100. And for each bag, you will enter the value of the percentage. For example, the red bag is 60% and the green bag is 40%. If you have a third product, for example, here 60%, here 20%, here 20%, but it has to make the total value. For the sales team, you have 10,000 dirhams in general. You are allocating it about according to the product sold. You have 350 products sold, so you are putting 200 for the red bag, 150 for the green bag. Salaries of dressmakers, you do the same. Maintenance of the premises, example, if it is a fixed charge, you will only allocate it with the same value. So you count the amount of your product. I have 2 now, so I put 1. The transport in product sold, water and electricity in product sold, I can allocate it according to the percentage of occupation also. So it depends on the best way of allocating it. So when I just put all of my product, now I can see that I'm paying 32,000 monthly, and my charges are 18,700 for the red bag and 13,000 for the green bag. And I have to make a final allocation. I must divide it in the product I just sold to know the unit cost price and final cost price of my product. So I put 200 red bags, 150 green bags, and it automatically calculates my cost price. Okay. So now I am able to enter my habitual selling price and to know if my margin is good. So here I had, for example, 150 dirhams for the red bag, and I had a cost of 93 dirhams. So I have a positive margin of 56 dirhams and a percentage of margin of 60%. 42 for the green bag. Imagine that that I was selling my red bag at, for example, at 80 dirhams. My margin was negative. So that will help me to know if my margin are positive or negative according to each of my products. And you will be able to know also that all of your product don't have the same cost. So you have to estimate technically and specifically each of your costs to be able to identify the real value of each of your product, to identify if you will make promotion, if you will upgrade the prices, if you will decrease the prices, etc., etc. So don't hesitate to use this tool and to call for DADUPA assistance in case of need. So good luck to you. Bye bye.